Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today's episode, what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at repairing this guy. As I mentioned on my last video, Maxim from Reef Factory and Debbie from Coral Compass, they kindly sent me new pump heads out. I think I received them on the day I posted the video, the original last video. So yeah, massive thanks for them to shipping it out to me, and yeah, massive thanks for Maxim for dealing with the situation. And hopefully today we'll get this back up and running. It's been not working for about a week now, a week and a bit. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get back there. But first things first, what we'll do is we'll just take a look at the tank. Nothing much has happened really. The Anenome has stayed in its place. It's not had a wander. This is about 5-6 days from my last video, so nothing, like I said, nothing much has changed. But overall, the tank's looking pretty decent. Everything's going really well. This Anenome, I've had a few comments, private comments, a few private messages, people saying, you know, how good it looks, and to be fair, it does look good there. The whole idea of this rock though was, like I said before, was to basically get some SPS on there. I've just shoved the Dragon's Blood Chalice just on the rock there. This one, the PC Rainbow, doesn't seem to be doing too good, like I've said on the last video, so I think that's going to be moved sometime today. In fact, I might even move it while I'm doing this video. But as for the rest of it, it's all going as per usual, and as you know, as the last video said, all the SPS is doing really good, all thriving and stuff. What I am doing is I'm going to be cutting this, fragging this barley green slime. I'm just going to snap that part there, just here, because as you can see, it's growing into the Pikachu there. So we're going to get that sorted. Then we've got the tang here that's eating a little bit of algae off the scraper. Now, I've been asked whether I keep my scraper in here, and to be fair guys, I've never actually took the scraper out other than to clean it, but I've always keep it in, always keep the scraper in the water. Whether it's the right thing to do, I don't really know, to be fair. Whether people do that, let me know in the comments whether you leave yours in or not. Be interesting to know. But like I said, everything else is doing fine. Torches doing fine. These Duncans might have to find a new home, unfortunately. Don't really like them on the floor there. They need to be moved. And just as we are talking, that's the sound of the Tunzi pump going off. And yeah, pretty loud, pretty loud. But like I said before on the last video, guys, having a bit of an issue with the KH Keeper. Don't really know what was going on with it, but contacted Reef Factory, and like I said, dealt with the situation really well. Really happy with the customer services. Can't give them anything less than a 10 for it. Now they sent that what they'll do is they'll contact Coral Compass and they'll send me out a new pump. Now I think my issue at the beginning I was saying was the water return pump, which was this one, the middle one. Basically that takes the water from your tank and into the container. Now basically what it is when you calibrate it, I've said before, you're supposed to calibrate it, input the number that is took out of the water, and then basically you do an accuracy test. An accuracy test should be between 49.5 and 50.5. Now obviously I was coming all over the show, it was going nowhere near that. So obviously I contacted him, and I was literally there for 3 hours constant trying to do it, and I just got that frustrated that it was either going to take a hammer to it and yeah, smash it up, you know me guys, or basically just take a step back, think about what I can do, and yeah, contact him. So obviously I contacted them. They dealt with it really well. They said what they'll do is they'll send the pump out. Now I was assuming they'll send the one pump out, meaning the water pump, which was that. But I came back, guys, and when I got home, they not only sent me the water pump, which is this one. Sorry, this is the reagent pump. They sent me the water pump, which was this one, which was I thought was the fault one. They also sent me the empty pump. This is the pump for emptying it. And then they also sent me the pump for the reagent. Let me focus, for the reagent. So basically, guys, they sent me the whole batch of pump heads, which I couldn't, you know what? I mean, I couldn't fault. I was like over the moon that they sent me all 3 pumps, which was fantastic. So basically, this KH Keeper is going to be a brand new KH Keeper from today. So what we'll do is I'm going to quickly take the KH Keeper off the wall. I've already emptied the container, so I'll just take it off the wall. I'll disconnect the tubing, and then we'll get it over onto the table in there where my Corona is waiting, and we'll film that, and hopefully I'll show you how to take it apart. So stay tuned, guys. Right then, guys, so after some fiddling about, managed to get it all up and going again. Everything straightforward, really. After fiddling about with it, managed to push fit these all on as tight as I can, so hopefully I just keep an eye out looking for water and stuff. But yeah, everything seems to have went okay. Here's the old ones that I took off. No issues really with everything. Obviously the Corona, needed it in case I got stressed out. Obviously I don't condone drinking when you're doing these sort of things, but it needed to be. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get this back up and running. So I'll leave it here, and hopefully next time you see it, it'll be up and running and starting doing some sort of measurement. So fingers crossed, it all works, and yeah, we can be back to full strength with the alkalinity checking.
2,000 years later.
Yeah, so we're back, guys, and what feels like 2,000 years later to me, we've moved on from there, and you were seeing me at that moment in time fixing the KH Keeper. As you can see, it's no longer there. It was on the table, but this is about a week later. Now what happened, guys, was I fixed those the new pumps. Now the pumps just wouldn't go. Now if I can insert them here, you'll be able to see. Obviously there'll be no voice going over it, because obviously I'm speaking, so you'll just see it actually, the actual pump. But when I fitted the actual heads, the new heads that they sent me, it wasn't actually spinning. It wasn't actually going round. Now, what I think it was I think that the actual pump, the tubing that they use, I think it was just too thick, to be honest. And the pump heads, either my pump heads were failing, or they wasn't strong enough to move it, or it's too thick. I really don't have a clue what was going on. But needless to say, I put the older pump heads back on, and they worked perfect. They went round the motor. Put the new ones back on, and once again, it just, I mean, you can't go wrong fitting them, guys. They only fit on one way. It's as simple as that. So there was no issue on my part, no problem on my part. I was just basically doing exactly what you should do, try to fit them, but it just basically wasn't working at all. So got back on the phone to him, messaging him, and a few days later, Maxim got back in touch with me and basically said, yeah, there was obviously some sort of fault with it, and what we're going to do is we're going to send you out a new unit. Now, I just thought that the unit that we were going to send was just going to be the actual device, but not yesterday, the day before, I came home from work and my daughter said, oh yeah, there was a delivery for you, and lo and behold, when I actually looked, here we go, guys, they sent me a whole new KH Keeper with all the stuff. Basically, it comes with everything that you get if you was to purchase one of them, which I was over the moon at, to be fair. And yeah, really couldn't be happier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up. So I'm not going to film the process because there's loads of videos out there of people setting KH Keepers up. I'm going to literally stick to exactly what they say in the instructions. What I do want to say on here is I took a snapshot of one of the, because I downloaded the actual instructions, and on one of it says that you can actually use a Salifert test kit. So yeah, you can use a Salifert test kit to basically calibrate this as well. So what I'll do is I'll post a picture here of a snapshot of what I took, and you'll see what I mean. Just pause it and read it if you understand it. Don't understand it. And yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to basically go off this and I'm going to try that and see if it makes any difference. But hopefully next time you see this tank here, now the KH Keeper should be going. So hopefully, fingers crossed, in the next hour or so it should be up and running. Right then guys, so after some calibration and stuff like that, finally got the KH Keeper up and running. Mixed all the reagents. This is the waste bucket, reagent bucket, and this is the auto top off. So we're all good. We're all good. With this new KH Keeper, this has got a clear pH probe compared to the older one that I had. It was just all black. So that's something different. It's on a test again. I did just test before. As I said, I don't know whether I mentioned before that my alkalinity has shot through the roof. I think I know why it is, to be fair. I think because I've took out some corals, sold a few, got rid of some, and stuff like that. Especially that big clam which was here, if you remember. Clams which take a lot of alkalinity out of the tank as well, for sure. And me probably not even monitoring it as much as I should have, because obviously that was out. I was a bit peed off because that wasn't in. So maybe it was a bit of my fault as well, if the truth be told. But yeah, it shot up like way above. It was like 11. So yeah, a couple of corals which looked a bit stressed. One of them, which sadly is my PC rainbow here. If you can see just there, I'll try and zoom in. As you can see, it's stripped a bit from the top there. So I'm hoping to God that it starts to colour up. There's still a bit of life there. But as for the rest of them, guys, the rest of them survived. And yeah, not looking too bad, to be fair, considering it shot up like that. But like I said, fingers crossed it'll come back and bounce back. I've slowly but surely lowered it down to well, according to the Hannah checker is saying it's 10.5, and the Salifert test kit is saying it's around 9.8. So really don't know which one to believe on that one, to be fair. Hence the reason why I needed to get that KH Keeper back. But I've just done a test and it's saying that it's 10.7 on the DKH monitor. Sorry, on the KH Keeper. So it's saying it's 10.7. So basically what I'm doing is I'm gonna keep running it every hour on the hour, and I'm gonna get it dialed in. Hopefully it'll be right. The pH probe, I'm not gonna say much about that, but the pH probe is basically saying it's 14. If that was the case, then all of these corals will be completely dead. But hopefully that'll settle down. I think it's just because it's new, and as you can see, I think all of the corals are looking really healthy, to be fair, other than the PC rainbow, which is just there. The rest of them have relatively survived, which I'm happy about, and obviously over the moon. And these euphyllias I've mentioned before in the past. I mean, just look at the sweeper tentacles on that. It's that bad that it's actually stung this setosa. So I'm going to snap this part off. I'll probably just snap it to there because I don't want it all dying. So I'll go in a minute and I'll snap that off, and then yeah, hopefully everything will be fine. But like you can see, where these sweeper tentacles just shows you the potency of these euphyllias and the strength of them. Anything they touch, guys, it will kill. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, we'd hopefully we'll have to do a little bit of trimming, and these sweeper tentacles are going very close to this one here. So yeah, I'll have to keep an eye out for that. But like I said before, I think these look absolutely fantastic on this ground. They probably look better here than they did on the rock. So let me know in the comments what you think, whether you think I made the right choice there. And obviously we're talking about our nemesis, which is the Anenome. A lot of people reaching out, messaging, saying it looks really good there, and to be honest, it does. But as you can see, just look at the size of the foot. That's stretched right underneath the rock. I really just cannot get that foot off. That foot actually goes through that gap there, and then it goes around into the main rock. So yeah, bit of a problem. But if it stays there, guys, it can stay there so for the time being. But other than that, if it starts to move any further around here and we start having a bit of coral warfare with this bubble, then yeah, this one has got to go for sure. But yeah, hopefully, guys, the KH Keeper will settle down. And yeah, and oh, and before I go, something also came with the KH Keeper, which I cannot wait to let you all in on the secret. Something to do with my alkalinity. That's going to be happening probably in the new year now. I think when I've got a few days off, I want to be here to monitor it rather than messing about and yeah, worrying about it when I'm at work, which is something you don't want to do. So fingers crossed that'll work out okay. I've just got to get a few little more bits and bobs for it to work. But yeah, I can't wait to get that up and running and hopefully see a big difference in this, because obviously the pH really is a big thing with it, but also the alkalinity and the calcium intake as well. But we'll see how it goes, guys, and hopefully it'll all work out for the better. So once again, I really appreciate you commenting and you watching the videos. I really obviously I take everything on board, what you say, what you guys say and stuff like that. And hopefully, if I don't see you on the next live stream, which I don't know when that will be because I don't know when this video will be going out, or the future live streams, hopefully you'll tune in and continue to watch my videos, because the new year hopefully will bring something quite different, I think, and hopefully we'll be able to see this tank fully take shape and completely fill out. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me and following me on my journey. I really appreciate all your time. So yeah, until then, guys, until the next one, I'll see you then. Take care, guys.